Right guys, well good morning, good afternoon, maybe good evening, depending on when you're watching this. Welcome to lesson 8. So this lesson is all about logic gates. So in the previous lesson, we tried to better understand TCP/IP as the transmission control protocol over Internet Protocol. Today's my favourite lesson, yeah? So logic gates, this is my favourite, I like this the most. This is the best lesson I think in the course. So, let's get started. Where have I gone? Float. There we go. Right, okay, so what are logic gates? Well, logic gates are the building blocks of every digital circuit. Every terminal in a logic gate will always be in one of two binary states, okay? Either binary on or binary off, yeah? And these binary states represent the presence of electrical voltage, so binary on, or the absence of an electrical voltage, binary off. Yeah. Binary 1 can be referred to as positive or on. Binary 0 can be referred to as negative or off. Okay, so just really saying that binary 1 and binary 0 are electrical pulses down a cable. There are many different types of logic gates, each of them with their own characteristics. So there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different logic gates, yeah? So let's get started, let's have a look at them. So this is the symbol for a NOT logic gate. So the input is A, the output is Z, and what we put in is the opposite of what we get out. So if we put 1 in, we get 0 out. If we put 0 in, we get 1 out. Easy, yeah? So, inverse is the current output. Just a simple way of just saying it nots. Yeah? So it is not what we put in. Therefore, positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive. Simple, easy. And both inputs have to be positive before the output is also positive. So if we put in 1 and 1, we get 1. 1 and 1, we get 1. If we put 1 and 0, we get 0. If we put 0 and 1, we get 0. If we put 0 and 0, we get 0. So this is the symbol, this kind of curved symbol. So we have an OR gate. At least one input has to be positive to give a positive output. Both inputs could also be positive. So if we put 1 and 0, because one of these is positive, we get 1 as the output. If we put 0 and 0, we get 0 as output, okay? And 0 and 0 is the only time we get negative or 0 output. NAND, okay, so we can see the symbol looks a lot like this, but with also this circle here. So not AND, so the same as AND, but then we inverse the outcome. So perform the AND operation first, and then apply a NOT to the output. Yeah? So whereas in an AND, if we put 1 and 1, we get 1. Here, if we put 1 and 1, we get 0. So it's not AND, and we can abbreviate that to NAND. And just like we have NAND, we also have NOR, so not all. So the same as all, but then we invert the output. So perform the OR operation first, and then apply a NOT to the output. Exclusive OR, this is a bit different. Only one input is allowed to be positive to give a positive output. If both of these are positive, there is a negative output. So that's the kind of theory. Maybe it's kind of difficult to visualize. Well, these truth tables help us visualize this more easily. So we have NOT. So which is this one, yeah, the first one. So if we put in 1, we get 0 out. If we put in 0, we get 1 out. So this truth table will help us better understand. And 1 and 1 gives us 1. Anything else gives us 0 as output. 1 and 0, 0 and 1, 0 and 0. So these are 0 as output. Or only if both of the inputs are 0 do we get 0 output. Any other time, if we have a 1 here or 2 1s here, we get positive output. NAND is the opposite of AND. So the same inputs, 1 1, 1 1, 1 0, 0 1, 0 0. But here, the output is the opposite. So instead of 1 0 0 0, 0 1 1 1. Nor the opposite of OR. So again, the same inputs, yeah, but the output is the inverse, the opposite. 1 1 1 0, 0 0 0 1. XOR is a bit different, it's on its own. If they're the same, so 1 and 1 gives us 0, 0 and 0 gives us 0. So these are both the same. So when these are the same, we get 0 as output. When they're different, when the inputs are different, we get positive output. Yeah? Right, so that's quite important. So let's have a look at an example. Yeah, so here we've got 3 inputs, A, B, and C. This gate is an AND gate. This is a NOT gate. This is a NOT gate. This is an AND gate. And this is an AND gate. Yeah? So these are our inputs, A, B, and C. Our output is X. And this is called our workspace. So M, N, P, and Q. I don't know what happened to O. But this is called our workspace. Yeah? So this helps us, this space here, helps us get to the output that we ultimately want. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to pause the video. I'd like you to try to do this, work out the values for M, N, P, Q, and X, and then we'll come back and we will check together. Go. Right, okay. So these are what I think are the answers. Now, if you think one of these answers is incorrect, please leave a comment in the video. And I will check it. Okay, so M is A and B. So 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 1 is 0. 0 and 1 is 0. 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. 1 and 1 is 1. Okay, so I'm happy that M is correct. N is not B. So 0 0 1 1. 1 1 0 0. 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0. So I'm happy that N is correct. P is not M. So all of these zeros change to ones, these ones change to zeros. Okay, so I'm happy that that's correct. Q is the AND of N and C. So C here and N here. So 0 and 1 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. 0 and 0 is 0. 1 and 0 is 0. 0 and 1 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. 0 and 0 is 0. And 1 and 0 is 0. I'm happy that Q is correct. So the output is P and Q. Okay, so this is easy because they're side by side. So 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. We have zeros here, so these are all zeros. 1 and 1 is 1. And these are zeros, so that's 0. So that's our output here. Okay, nice and straightforward, I think. If we approach it in a logical fashion, we use our workspace, we find out these intermediary values, then the output becomes quite straightforward. Okay, so let's have a look at logic gate 1, logic gate 2, logic gate 3, and logic gate 4. Okay, so if you can please do those. pause the video and then come back and we will check together. Okay, so logic gate 1. So D is not A. So these zeros change to ones, these ones change to zeros. Easy. E is B and C. 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 1 is 0. 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. All of these have a 0, so they're 0. Here, 2 ones becomes a 1. And then Z is D or E. So only one of these values need to be positive. So these are positive, so these are positive. Here, so these are all 0, so that's going to be 0. And we have positive here, so that is positive. Okay, so this symbol, remind me, XOR. Okay, so we have an XOR symbol. So S is A XOR B. So if they're both the same, we get negative. So these are both the same, so it's negative. Both the same, negative. These are different, so we get positive, positive, positive. These are both the same, so we get negative. C is A and B. So that gives us 0 output, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Here we get positive output, positive output. Okay, straightforward. Logic gate 3. So C is not A, so nice and simple. D is A or B. So just one value needs to be positive, so that's negative, so that's 0. 1 and 1 or 0 is 1. 0 or 1 is 1. 1 or 1 is 1. E, C and D. So that's 0, 0, that's positive, and that's 0. And Z is D or E. So only one of them needs to be positive. Okay, so in here we can see that we've got some positive values, so these are positive. This one's a bit more difficult, looks a bit more difficult. So D is A XOR B. So these are the same, so it's negative. These are the same, so it's negative. These are different, so it's positive. These are all different, so it's positive. These are the same, so it's negative. E is B. E is A and B. So 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 1 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. F is CI and D. So we're looking at these two values here. So F is CI or D. So 0, 0, 1, because these are both positive. 0, 1, both positive. 0, 0, 0. CO is E or F. So we just need one positive value. So that's positive output, positive output, positive output, negative output, positive output, negative, negative, negative output. And S is CI XOR D. So if they're both the same, we get negative output. So these are not the same, so we get positive output. These are the same, so we get negative output. These are the same, so negative output. These are different, positive output. These are the same, negative output. Different, different, positive output. And these are the same, so we get negative output. Okay, so far so good. Right, well let's do some more, yeah, more practice. Logic gate 5, 6, 7 and 8, please. Pause the video. When you're happy to check, come back, we'll check together. Okay, so D is A nor B. So D is A nor B. Let me check this symbol. Okay, so nor. So only if they're both negative. Only if both the inputs are negative do we get positive output. Okay. Okay, so A nor B. Okay, so they're both negative, so we get positive output here. Everything else is negative output. E is B and C. B and C. Okay, so they both need to be positive. Not positive, so they're not both positive, they're not both positive. So that one is both positive, and that one is both positive. Okay, so that's 1 and 1. And the output, so Q is D or E. So just one of them needs to be positive. So that's positive, because one of them is positive. One of them here is positive, so positive output. Both negative, negative output. One of them is positive, positive output. Negative, negative, negative. And here one of them is positive, so positive output. Logic gate 6. So this is XOR. So D is A XOR B. So XOR, remember, so if they're both the same, we get negative. So these are both the same. So negative, both the same, negative. Here, these are different values. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. So we get positive output. These are both the same. 1, 1, 1, 1. So we get negative output. B and C is, E is B NAND C. So the opposite of an AND. So in an AND, we only get positive output if we have two positives as input. So here, we will get positive output if we don't have two positives as input. So B and C. So B NAND C gives us 1. 0 NAND 1 gives us 1. 1 NAND 0 gives us 1. 1 NAND 1 gives us 0. That's the exception. 0 NAND 0 gives us 1. 0 NAND 1 gives us 1. 1 NAND 0 gives us 1. 1 NAND 1 gives us 0. And here we have a NOR. So, let me refer to the truth table. So NOR. So only if they're both negative do we get positive output. So only if they're both negative. Well, these are not both negative. That's both negative. So there we go. Yeah, I'm happy with those answers. Logic gate 7. So C, so this is a NAND gate. A NAND B. Okay, so 0 NAND 0 gives us 1. So all of these are going to give us 1, except when they're both positive. When they're both 0. D is, so that's an OR gate. So for an OR gate, we just need one of them as positive values. Well, these are not both positive, but these are at least one positive. Okay, good. And Q, nice and easy, this one. C and D. C and D. So that gives us 0, 0, that gives us 1, 1, 1, 1, that gives us 0. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, write in the comments. I get a notification. I'll reply to your comment in this video, okay, in this YouTube video. A comment in the video. There's a comment section below the video. Okay, complex logic gate number 8. Okay, so C. C is not B. Nice and easy. Yeah, 1s become 0, 0s become 1s. Easy. E is not A. 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Easy. D is A and C. 1 and 0 becomes 0. 1 and 1 becomes 1. 0 and 0 becomes 0. 0 and 1 becomes 0. F is B and E. So F is B and E. So B and E, so 1 and 0 is 0, 0 and 0 is 0, 1 and 1 is 1, and 0 and 1 is 0. And the output is a simple OR gate of D and F. 0 and 0 or 0 is 0, 1 or 0 is 1, 0 or 1 is 1, and 0 or 0 is 0. So far so good, I think. If we take it step by step, if we use our workspace, it's not too onerous. Now, crikey. Okay, logic game number 9. All right, look at this beast. Okay, so we've got a lot of workspace here. Oh, we've got 4 inputs, A, B, C, and D. And we've got 3 outputs, X, Y, and Z. Okay, have a go at this. And then pause the video. And then we will attempt to check this together. Okay. Right, okay, so E is not A. Nice and easy. So all these zeros become ones, all these ones become zeros. Easy. F is not D. Again, nice and easy. We just invert these. G is not C. G is not C. Okay, so we just invert these. So actually working out E, F and G is actually not too difficult. Now, wow, so we've got 3 input AND gate. How do we do that? 3 input AND gate. Well, let's leave that until last. So I is A and C. I, A and C. So 0 and 0. Ah, this is a NAND gate. Maybe it would be better if I worked with the word version here. Because in the word version, I think it's easier to highlight columns. Can I highlight an individual column here? Kind of. Okay, that's a bit better. Right. So, let me hide that bar. I is A NAND C. So we have column A. Can I do this? Oh yes, good. And this, good. Let me turn off printable characters, and non-printable, turn off non-printable characters. Yeah, damn it. So A, C, and we're after I. Okay, right, so 0 NAND 0 is 1, 0 NAND 0 is 1, 0 NAND 1 is 1, 0 NAND 1 is 1, 0 NAND 0 is 1, 0 NAND 0 is 1, da 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 da. So the only time we get negative output is we have if we have two inputs, 2 positive inputs. So 1 NAND 1 is 0, 1 NAND 1 is 0, and here. Okay, so I'm happy with these answers. J is, what is that? That is A and F. Okay, and this is a simple AND gate. So 0 and 1 is 0, 0 and 0 is 0. All of these zeros as inputs are going to give us zeros output. So here, 1 and 1 is 1, Every time we've got a 0 as input, we're going to get 0 as output. 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 0 is 0, 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 0 is 0. Okay, alright, happy with that. K is, K is, what is that? That is C and B. So K is a NAND gate, and the NAND gate is the input of C and the input of B. Okay, so NAND, so every time we get a 0 input, we get positive output. So these are all going to be positive. We've got zeros here, so that's going to be positive. Here, 2 positives give us zeros. Every time we have a 0, we're going to get positive output. And the, so here we've got 2 positive inputs, so we get 0 as output. Okay, happy with that. L. No, okay, so L is like H, so it's a 3 input AND gate. So H is E, B, C. So let's highlight these. Okay, so even though it's 3 inputs, the same logic holds, okay? They all need to be positive to get positive output. Yeah? So if 2 of them are positive and 1's negative, negative output. If 1 of them is positive and 2 of them are negative, negative output. If they're all negative, negative output. Okay, they all need to be positive. All the inputs need to be positive to get positive output. So whenever we see a 0, we're going to get 0 output. So these are going to be 0 output, 0 output, 0 output, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so we get positive output, 1, 1, 1, positive output. We've got some zeros here, so that's going to result in negative output. We've got some zeros here, so that's going to result in negative output. Okay, so we need 3 1s, 3 positive inputs to get positive output. And the same here in L. So L is D, B, and G. D, and the output is L. So again, we need 3 positives. So we can see immediately we've got negative, so that's going to result in negative. Positive, but that's negative. Here, positive, 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 so that's positive. Positive, positive, negative, so close, negative. All of these are negatives. And we have a negative here, positive, positive, positive. Okay, good, positive. And here we've got negatives, so we're going to get negative output. Now, here we go, we've got a 3 input OR gate, so Hij. Hij, and the output is X. So the same logic holds. So let's look at the truth table for OR. Okay, so as long as they're not all zeros, we'll be fine. We'll get positive output. So just one value needs to be positive. Okay, so that's positive. So we're only going to get negative when we have 3 negative inputs, which is here and here. Can't quite, there we go. Yeah. So those 3 negatives are negative output, and those 3 inputs are negatives, so negative output. Every other time we get positive output. Y is, what is that? That's a NOR gate. So NOR, J and K. Oi. myself over here. Get rid of that. Good. Okay, so this is a NOR gate. So, NOR gate, remind me. NOR gate. Okay, so we only get positive output if we have negative input. So, positive output. So, Y it's not a NOR gate, it's what is that? Okay, so NOR. So they both need to be negative to get positive output. Is that a NOR gate? Or is that a NAND gate? So there's definitely a curve there. Alright then. Okay, well I think we've spotted some problems here then. Okay, so they both need to be negative. So J and K. So J NOR K. Okay, so let me fix this. So that's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So they both need to be negative to give positive output. Double check that. So it's a NOR gate. NOR gate. They both need to be negative to give positive output. So they're both negative to give positive output. Otherwise, these all need fixing. And here these are both negative, so we get positive output. Okay, right. Good spot. And then Z. Oof, is that a NOR gate, or is that an OR gate or an AND gate? See, okay, so that's flat, so that's AND, so this is OR. Okay, so K and K or L. K or L, so just one of them needs to be positive. Okay, so positive, 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 positive. These are zeros, so those are zeros, positive, 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 and those are zeros. Okay, alright, good. Okay, so we found some problems with this one. I'll put a new version of the answers. I'll put version 35 of the answers up for you. Right, well that was interesting. Okay, now if we were in class, you would design your own complex logic gate for your partner, but we're not in a classroom environment, so you can't do that. But there's nothing to stop you making your own logic gate and testing yourself. Yeah. This table here just has enough space for 2 inputs, but here you can see that we've got 4 inputs, and here we've got 3 inputs. So if you want more practice, you can use these gates, make your own complex logic gate, and test yourself. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Lesson 9, Counting Systems 1. If you have any comments, or if you don't understand anything, leave a comment in the video, please. Okay, bye-bye.